and welcome to Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey, planning to bring you in this week's show. The Georgia Southern baseball team was hosting the number one team in the Sun Belt in South Alabama this past weekend. The Eagles were able to take 2 out of 3 and win the series. So we'll bring you out some highlights of that from J.I. Clements. We'll also send you out for some state soccer playoff action. The Bulloch Academy Gators playing host to Cristo Rey. We'll also send you out to Gator Alley for baseball state playoff action. The Gators were playing host to Dominion Christian. Also, Southeast Bulloch was able to advance in the GHSA State AAA playoffs. They knocked off Crisp County 2-1 to advance to the Sweet 16. They're in action on Tuesday as they'll be hosting Appling County. All that and plenty more highlights to bring you on Upon Further Review. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, providing primary care for Statesboro area patients since 1998, providing complete physicals, complete sports physicals, Medicare wellness exams, full diabetes treatment, and education from lifestyle changes to oral medications to insulin pump therapy, in-house dermatology, in-house circulation tests, and ultrasounds, and in-house labs. Featuring nurse practitioner Melissa Beasley, Family Internal Medicine of Statesboro can accommodate same-day or next-day appointments to serve your needs. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, where we care. Well, the Georgia Southern baseball team coming into the series with South Alabama in second place in their division of the Sun Belt Conference. South Alabama in first. The Eagles trying to gain some ground. And after taking 2 of 3, they're only 1 game back with 2 series in the Sun Belt left for them and 2 series in the Sun Belt left for South Alabama. Let's send you out for some highlights. The Georgia Southern baseball team, the first of a 3-game homestand against South Alabama Friday night. The Eagles taking the lead as Noah Ledford will single into center field. 2-run score, and the Eagles take a 2-0 lead. South Alabama responds. Michael Sandel, the batter, he takes this one up and away to left. As South Alabama will grab a 3-2 lead. The Eagles right back as Christian Avant doubles down the left field line. As the Eagles tie the game at 3-all, but South Alabama right back. A 2-run single by Sandel, and they'd retake the lead at 5-4. Again, the Eagles respond. Noah Ledford, the single into right. And we're tied at 5-all, but from there, the Jaguars outscored the Eagles 7-0. Another 3-run homer by Sandel. He'd have 8 RBI, and South Alabama wins by a final of 12-5. We move ahead to Saturday, and the Eagles looking to rebound. Some nice defense early on, as the Jaguars will try to test the arm of right fielder Mason McWhorter. But he guns the runner down at third for out number 3. On the mound, Chase Dollander trying to come back from an arm issue. He looked good for 2 2/3 innings, not allowing a run, having 3 strikeouts. Jay Thompson comes in relief, solid through nearly 4 innings, here with the strikeout to end the inning. The Eagles getting on the board as Noah Ledford singles to center here in the 4th for a 1-0 lead. Still in the 4th. Jarrett Brown with the fly ball to center field. This one deep enough to bring home Ledford from third for a 2-0 Eagle lead. We move to the 5th, and Christian Avant singles into left. Mason McWhorter scores, and it's 3-0. South Alabama gets a run back here in the 6th inning as Reed Powers' bloop to center will fall in to cut the lead to 3-1. But the Eagles right back in their half of the inning. Austin Thompson, he takes this one up and away to left. This one out in a hurry, and it's 4-1. The next batter is J.P. Tighe, and he sends this one deep to left. Back-to-back jacks for the Eagles. Their lead is extended to 5-1. Parker Bedier then with the drive down the left field line. This one would be good for a triple. Brings in another run to make it 6-1. The Eagle bullpen pulling through, going over 6 innings of work and allowing only 2 runs. Plenty of offensive help. Tig once again, this time the RBI single into left. And then it's Brown with the triple to right center as the Eagles go on to roll to the victory in Game 2 by a final of 11-2. We move on to the rubber match on Sunday, and the Eagles starting things off as Mason McWhorter will tie the all-time Georgia Southern record for career doubles. Eagles down 2-0 with the bases loaded. Noah Ledford hit by a pitch, forcing in the run from third. And then it's Austin Thompson with the fly ball to left. Nice grab, but this brings home McWhorter from third to tie the game at 2. We move to the second, and Jason Swan nearly gets this one to go, but he'd settle for a double. Next, McWhorter with the fly ball to left. This one deep enough to bring home Swan. The Eagles take a 3-2 lead. Some nice defense as Austin Thompson starts the 6-4-3 double play. In the third, Thompson at the plate, and he doubles down the left field line. This would help set things up as Jarrett Brown singles into left to make it 4-2. The Jaguars able to score 3 runs in the top of the fourth to take a 5-4 lead. Jalen Palin comes in with the bases loaded and gives up this RBI single, but then Payton would strike out the next 2 batters in a tight spot for the Eagles. Griffin Davis with 3 shutout innings of relief, and then Swan will tie the game with the sacrifice fly into right. Beatier then with the RBI to right. Jay Thompson then comes in, and he's able to run his record to 6-0 as the Eagles win by a final count of 7-6. The Eagles were scheduled to play Kennesaw State on Tuesday. That game was canceled. Next up for them, they'll have a 3-game series on the road at Arkansas State coming up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Stay with us. High school action coming up next.
My Queensboro banker is Cheryl Quick.
Blanchard Equipment Company has 16 locations.
Queensboro has homegrown values just like us.
They get heavily involved in every community.
And that means strong customer service.
They've been around a long time, just like John Deere.
When you run across the bank like that, you stick with them.
I sure would like to own one of these John Deeres.
Well, we can sure make that happen.
Oh, well.
Queensboro is your community bank. Queensboro National Bank and Trust.
Well, the Bulloch Academy Gators and Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets opening up the state playoffs this past week. Southeast Bulloch hosting Appling County in round 2, and Bulloch Academy hosting Dominion Christian. Let's send you out for highlights of those games. The Bulloch Academy baseball team opening up the state playoffs, hosting 2019 state champs Dominion Christian, and with runners on first and second, the line drive here for out number 1, then over to first for out 2, and to second for out 3, and a triple play, a tough way to start the game. Bryson Scott looking good on the mound early on, the inning-ending strikeout. And then in the third, bases loaded, and check this one out. The fly ball deep to left. Sawyer Collins makes the catch, but hits the fence, and the glove and the ball go over the fence for a grand slam for Jake Porter, and it's 4-0. The Gators try and respond. Avery Anderson will double into left. The next batter is Cash Vickery, and he doubles into left as well. This is good enough to bring Anderson home to cut the lead to 4-1. But from there, it was all Knights. Avery Campbell coming through with the 3-run homer to right center to make it 7-1. Avant Anderson will get another run across the plate with the sacrifice fly here, but it wasn't enough. as BA falls 8-2. So we move ahead, change uniforms, and go to game 2, and this one was all Knights. On the mound, Max Caldwell was looking sharp, and he'd get plenty of offensive help on the RBI double to right. This would make it 3-0. Later, another drive into right, and it's 4-0. The lone bright spot for the Gators coming off the bat of Avery Anderson, who takes this one up, and away to left. Unfortunately, this only a solo homer, and it's 8-1. Even when the Gators made a nice play like this one by third baseman Connor Thompson, the Knights would score a run, and they'd end the season for the Gators 15-1, the final. Southeast Bulloch hosting Appling County in round 2 of the state AAA playoffs. Game 1 seeing the Pirates taking a 1-0 lead on the RBI single here, and they'd go on to take a 3-0 lead. The Jackets load the bases, and Connor Williams with the deep drive to left, unfortunately not deep enough. Still 3-0. Aiden Livingston later, the RBI single. Appling takes a 5-0 lead. Plenty of run support for Georgia Southern signee, the Pirates' Thomas Higgins, who'd hold the Jacket bats in check with 10 strikeouts as Appling takes game 1 by a final count of 9-2. The crowd sticking around for game 2, which would be a long one and a good one. Livingston starts the scoring for the Pirates with the drive to right for a 2-0 lead. But Terry Turner with the strikeout to end the inning. In the second, Patrick Crosby's going to try to test the arm of Jacket left fielder Riley Emmerich, and he's going to fail that test as Emmerich guns him at home. And then how many times do you see it? A great defensive play and then a good at-bat. Emmerich, the 2-run triple to tie the game at 2-all. Weston Jones then with the fielder's choice. This good enough to bring Emmerich home, and it's 3-2 Jackets. But right back come the Pirates on a 2-run single to center. Appling will grab a 4-3 lead. The Jackets respond though. Tyson Harnage, the RBI single to right. Emmerich remaining red hot with the RBI single to give the Jackets a 5-4 lead. But back come the Pirates. Livingston with the single to center, which would be misplayed. Ball gets away, allowing 2 runs to score and making it 6-5 Appling on top. A wild pitch and a wild throw to third allow Will Hitchens to score the tying run. 6-6. In the 5th, Harnage getting out of jams in both the 5th and the 6th inning, coming through with strikeouts. The rain starting in the bottom of the 7th. The bases loaded. Harnage with the strikeout. So with 2 out, bases loaded, lightning in the area, and then heavy rain results in about a 45-minute weather delay. When things finally resume, we've got the bases loaded once again. And on the second pitch from Harnage, Jason Larson singles in the game winner as the Jackets season comes to a close as they fall 7-6. Stay with us. Soccer action coming up next.
No credit refused isn't just an offer, it's a way of business and has been for over 100 years. No banks, No ridiculous credit requirements. Just local Badcock store owners who treat you right and give you credit when others won't. It's never been easier to express your style and love your home.
Area high school soccer doing well this year. You had the Portal boys and girls winning and advancing to this week as they'll be hitting the road for Ace Charter up in Macon. We also have the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets in action. They advanced to the Elite Eight with a victory this past week. And we also had the Bulloch Academy Gators. Let's send you out for some highlights of all those soccer games. The Bulloch Academy girls opening up the state playoffs, hosting Cristo Rey out of Atlanta. The Gators start the scoring as Claiborne Jones with a booming kick with Jordan Talby does a great job heading to herself. She then makes a great shot, tucking this one past the keeper on the right side. Her first high school goal, and it's a 1-0 Gator lead. Later, Sophie Strickland ahead to Talby looking for another, but the keeper does a great job beating her to the ball. Cristo Rey looking to tie things up, but Jones with the leaping grab and goal. Later, more from Jones. She makes another great save. Back on offense, Addie Becker, the nice moves and the set to Liv Finley, who tucks this one past the keeper for a 2-0 Gator lead. The Flames add a goal to make it 2-1 at the half. As we move ahead to the second half, and Talby with the nice cross and Becker the sliding goal as the Gators open the lead to 3-1. Unfortunately, from there, it was all Flames. Nice job weaving their way through here, but a nice block in goal by Sophie Strickland. Later off the free kick, this one just gets over a leaping Jones for the goal to make it 3-2. Later, the Flames on the attack, and this time the deflection able to be put in the back of the net, and we're tied at 3-3. The game ends up going into overtime, and in OT, a nice job of stopping and scoring past Jones as Cristo Rey comes back to win 4-3. The Portal Panthers taking on defending state champs Ace Charter on the road in Macon in the Elite Eight. A busy day in goal for freshman Millie Scarborough here with the save. The Panthers looking to start the scoring. Aiden Street to Kelsey Williams, but a nice save by the Griffins. Later off the deflection, Williams shoots this one past the keeper. And the Panthers putting a scare into the home team with a 1-0 lead. Scarborough keeping it that way with another save. Then off the corner, Scarborough the stop, and Street able to clear it. Later off the corner, Scarborough deflects it, but Haley Whitehead there for the putback, and we're tied at 1-1. More action on the front here on Scarborough gobbles it up in front of the goal to keep the score tied. More from Scarborough, who would end up with 20 saves in the game. Trouble coming up here, though, as Portal called for a questionable trip in the box, resulting in a PK, and this one scored by Paige Scoot for a 2-1 lead. Scarborough continues to get battered around here, the save, and then she's knocked to the ground but able to scoop up the ball. Panthers trying to tie it up. On the other end, a nice ball from Abigail Scarborough to Aiden Street, who makes a nice move, stops and fires, but a good stop and goal. Meanwhile, Scarborough, another save off the corner, and she gets kicked while she's on the ground. We go to the half. 2-1, the Griffins leading, and they'd add to their lead in the second half. A Souk PK makes it 3-1, and then they'd add a pair of goals late in the game. It would end up finishing the Panthers' season winning by a final count of 5-1. The boys playing the number 1 ranked Griffins in game 2, and they'd have their hands full, down 2-0. This goal by Bradford Cork puts Ace Charter up 3-0. Later, off the free kick, a nice header by Cork will make it 4-0. They'd go on to take a 6-0 halftime lead. Jose Sanchez prevents it from being a shutout with a goal for the Portal Panthers, but another nice header here by Jake Prather, and Ace Charter advances, winning by a final of 8-1. Southeast Bulloch hosting the Area 2 golf tournament Tuesday at Forest Heights Country Club. Will Nelson helping lead the Jackets here with the short birdie putt. Later on number 6, check out the tee shot by Pike County's Austin Aman. He misses a hole-in-one as you see it drop back to the hole by about an inch. Still on 6, and it's Caleb Knight from Mary Persons with the long birdie putt. He's able to drain it. Moving on to the par 5 7th, and take a look at the second shot here by Southeast Bulloch's Hunter Thompson. This one to about 7 feet for eagle. He'd miss that, but he would make the birdie putt, which would help the Jackets to a second-place finish, along with Nelson, who would shoot a 79 to lead the way for Southeast Bulloch. The Yellow Jacket girls placed 3rd overall and qualified for the state as well. And that'll wrap it up for this week's show. We thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again next week.